Friday. I'll go back to work on a Tuesday. I've actually got a hire car today, which is quite amazing. Anyway, I just want to say that I've got my refund, which is quite good. The train ticket that I got for coming all the way down from Aberdeen down to Hull was delayed by 4 hours. So, under their terms and conditions of purchase, they've actually given me a refund of the ticket, £120. Now, if only they'd given me a hire car. I don't know how much hire cars are these days, but quite possibly I could have done it for less than £120. And of course, I then had to get a taxi from the train station to my home, and that's cost another £15. So that brings up to £135. Now, I probably could have done that in a hire car for less than 100 the entire journey. And if they played their cards right, what they would have done was given the guy that I took over from, or one of the other guys that come from Hull, they could give him a hire car. He could have driven up to meet me, and I could have taken the hire car back. That would have been so much better, wouldn't it? It would have cost them less than £100 plus the petrol for the hire car. But no, it cost them over 200 and something odd pounds in in train fares. But anyway, I digress. So I think as I'm starting to get in a bit more into food, I'm going to do one of these meal kits. I've got a fiery Goan curry. I've got some lamb to put in. So we're going to do one of these kits you see in the supermarket. And I'll probably make a whole video about that actually, because they are quite tasty. Now, I always made my own curries. I've gone all the way from making a paste with the pestle and mortar and stuff like that, and spending a good day on it, really. But since trying some of these different packs that come out with all the herbs and spices ready to go, and they've done a paste already, and then there's a bit of sauce to go with it, whether it's coconut milk or whatever. It's a lot easier to make, and as there's only 2 of us tonight, it should be quite easy to make. And of course we make our own rice as well, and that's easy to do too. It's I've got one of these little tiny rice cooker things. It's basically you put in 2 1/4 times the amount of rice. So if you put in a cup of rice, you put in 2 1/4 cups of water, and shove it in the microwave until it goes ping. Give it maybe 10 to 15 minutes if you use half a cup for 2 of us. I normally put it in for about 8 minutes, and then once it's got to about 8 minutes, I then put a knob of butter in the middle of the thing, give it a grind of salt, and shove it back in the microwave for 3 or 4 minutes just to finish it off. And that comes out quite nice actually. It's quite a nice sticky rice, which is quite good with a curry. Anyway, I digress again. But yeah, my taste buds are beginning to get a bit looking forward to my curry. And I've got a beer as well. I've got I've got a Guinness, and I've got a Theakston's Old Peculiar beer as well. So we'll have those as well tonight after I cook tea. I shall sit down to a nice plate of curry and with a Guinness. That'll be nice. And then might have a gin and tonic afterwards. We'll see. But it is the weekend, my last weekend of freedom. Yeah, I know it sounds bad, doesn't it? Like I say, every time I go away to sea, it's like having walking to the gallows, as it were. Yeah, I'm getting fed up with it. I've done it for far too long. I've done it for 40 years. Every few months it's packing and going. That's upheaving. And then when you get there, you get kind of institutionalized because you're into a routine. You get up at a certain time, you eat at a certain time, you go to bed at a certain time, and then you get up at a certain time and you carry on like that. So you do get slightly institutionalized. And I do know several other seafarers that have really been. This was poor old Davy in Marine Scotland, he was a bit, he was very institutionalised, him. Yeah, shame. But anyway, so I digress. Anyway, so Lady Sarah has been treated to a trip to Disneyland Paris. She goes on Monday, so I've got a whole night on my own. So I'll be all right on my own. But yeah, she's off to Paris on Monday to Disneyland, so she'll be enjoying that. It was the stepdaughter is taking her, and of course I'm away on Tuesday. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the going down to Lowestoft again. It's quite a nice drive really through all the countryside. Not much in the way of motorways, unfortunately. It's only 120 miles, and it will take the best part of 4.5 hours, plus a stop in the middle. So half an hour. That's getting on for 5 hours, and then of course I might have a second stop. So maybe you're talking maybe the best part of 6 hours if I take it easy. Of course, the best thing to do is not to speed. Don't put your foot down. Don't break the speed limit, because you never know. On these country roads, or on there is a bit of a dual carriageway nearer to Lowestoft, and there are a few police cars lurking. And of course, if it's a strange road that you've never been on, it's best not to go speeding, because you don't know where the camera traps are. So that's what I do. I normally set my cruise control, and I normally have a GPS device, whether it's a sat nav or on my own personal car. I've got my Road Angel. I normally set my speed to the GPS, so that's pretty accurate. So you're not going to get, if you're doing 70 on the motorway according to your GPS, you're probably just doing 69 and a bit, because my Road Angel has a small leeway. It gives you about 5% under the speed limit, I think, something like that. Anyway, so that's just to just so you don't going over, so you don't get caught. But anyway, so that's beside the point. So what else is happening? It's Blue Moon last night was a complete washout. It was like it is now, absolutely cloudy. And when I woke up this morning, everything was a bit drizzly and rainy, and so it was a complete miserable washout. I had hoped to go out and take some pictures of ducks and geese and all sorts of stuff down at Leven, but never happened because of the weather. Maybe tomorrow or the day after. And of course, I've always got Monday as well, which I can go out and do. So that's about it for now. I've gone over the 8 minutes, so what I'll do is I'll stop the adverts in the middle, because it's just a bit too much. But anyway, so that's it. I'll call this one quits for today. Cheers, and see you tomorrow. Bye then.